Good afternoon everybody, and welcome to this week's Head Teachers update from Maiden Early School in Reading. It's been great to have the first full week back following our bit of a staggered start last week. Lots of great learning going on. I myself was around lessons this morning, looking at our PSMSC programme and seeing some really great lessons, great opportunities for students to talk and explore really important issues in their lives. So just a little bit of what we do, but I know that all over the school we've had some great lessons and lots of progress that the children are making already. This week also we've seen some significant staff training and development. On Monday we had all of the staff together talking about teaching. As part of our Teaching for Excellence programme, we had our middle leaders, so department heads, pastoral leads, together talking about the very best schools and what the very best schools are looking at in the country, and that was very useful as well. This week also sees the Year 8 Assessment Week, really important. Year 8, of course, the children in Year 8 have never sat as a year group a full exam because they didn't have the Year 6 SATs 2 years ago. So it's really important that we help Year 8s understand what exams are, what that feels like, how they should behave. And that's been going very well, and we also will obviously use what we find out in those assessments to really target our support and our help for students going forward. Just a quick COVID update. Relatively calm. We haven't seen too many cases. Slow trickle both in the student population and in the staff team. We're doing everything we can, as you know, to keep the school safe. So a reminder please about testing. Please test twice a week, regardless of whether you feel that you come into contact with COVID or not. Keep going with those face coverings, washing hands. We'll keep the rooms as ventilated as we can to try and stay on top of any risk of infection. There is some change to advice on isolation from Monday, so this doesn't apply to those students that are already isolating, but from Monday, if you get a positive test result, then you have to stay in isolation for fewer days. We're going to write to you on Monday with the exact clarification about that and what that means and how we're going to manage that in school. And also just to let you know that we do now have some test kits. They've been a little bit hard to get hold of over the last few days, but we do now have a stock in school. So if that is something that you need to replenish at home, then if your son or daughter goes to student services, we'll be able to give them a test kit, and we've made that information available to students today. Coming up next week, we've got our Think Ahead Day on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. Always a real highlight of the year, where we collapse the timetable for part of the day to have some very bespoke and focused sessions for each year group of the school on different aspects of either thinking or thinking ahead. So thinking skills and developing those cognitive abilities that lay in our brains, but also for some of our students thinking about their next stages in their careers as learners, and thinking about work and the world of work beyond as well. Also next week, a very important meeting for Year 11. That's our Parents Progress Evening, so that's taking place on Thursday. Year 11 parents should have all the information about that. If you don't, for whatever reason, please get in contact with the school. Really important that we are able to find the time on Thursday for you to meet with Year 11 teachers to hear just how the students are getting on, the things that they now need to do that are going to make the biggest difference between now and May, June time when they do their GCSEs. So that's a really important evening this coming week. Just a little bit further ahead, just to remind you that we have a staff continuing professional development CPD day on the 11th of February, so the school will be closed to students, and we're going to be having a conference across the Maiden Early Trust, again looking at the very best practice and just supporting our staff develop their skills and expertise even more. And also I've written to you to say that the Maiden Early Trust has agreed an additional training day on the 29th of February, so that's the day after half term. And the reason for that is because we are moving over to a brand new software system across the school and across the schools in our trust, and that's going to take a little while to implement, and we need to train up staff on how to use that. There will be an impact for you as parents, because we hope to be able to share with you information about a brand new app that will go on your phone or on your computer that will link to that brand new system. So more of that to come, but I just wanted to make sure that you got that date into your diaries. A few other updates. We've written to you this week about a parent-teacher association. We would really like to continue to build our links with parents in our community, and Miss Burns has written a letter about that. Please do have a look at that and have a think about what we're asking you to consider. Things are still moving with the School Street initiative. We've had a few delays, haven't we, in getting that going. It looks as though we're going to be able to definitely start that after half term, potentially just doing mornings over, so only, so closing the street outside on Crescent Road during 45 minutes in the morning, and that will just make things a little bit safer for students. As and when we are able to build up the number of marshals and volunteers to help us, we will then extend that initiative to the afternoon. More of that about that to come, and again we'll write to you with more detail. Also to let you know that over the next few weeks we're going to be conducting a uniform review. The government has asked all schools to do that, to check that uniform is not too expensive, that there's good stock and availability of second-hand uniform, and just to review the number of items that we require parents to buy, just to reduce the costs and to make getting uniform all the more accessible. All things that we thoroughly support, and we'll be in touch with you about your ideas and your thoughts about our school uniform in the coming weeks. And also, very sadly, we've heard about the decision from Mary Davis, our Chief Executive, to retire. She's still going to be with us through the next year, and just to let you know that we will be looking for a replacement for Mary. She's had a huge impact on our school and on our trust, and of course we wish her well with her planning for her future as well. More about that when I have more news on it. And that's it. So I just wish you a great weekend. I hope it's not too cold. It's been pretty chilly today, and we'll get back together on Monday for more of the same. Okay, bye for now.